But yeah, we got the Macho Brace. The Macho Brace, I think it doubles the EVs you get from defeating wild Pokemon. But yeah, it's a decent reward, but it's still not really worth going through the Winstraight family. I just went through it for A, experience, and B, because I needed to show it off. And of course, this is an interviewer, so we've seen an interviewer before, but there are a few interviewers just randomly around, and they will double battle you, and if you win, they will do an interview with you. And of course, since it's a double battle, I'm obligated to leave it in. I'm not sure why I decided to do this, to be honest, why I'm leaving these in, but thankfully this one's short, so yeah. Whismer and Magnemite. I guess I should talk about the weird thing with Magnemite, seeing as it's now relevant. As you might know, in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, they added 2 new types, Steel and Dark. By the way, Black and White, add another type, please. But anyway, our Steel and Dark types were added, and Magnemite was given the Steel type for some reason. But anyway, yeah, that's the only instance in all of Pokemon where someone was given an additional type in another game, which is neat, I guess. But honestly, the type difference doesn't do much for Magnemite, especially because it gives it an extra weakness in fire, and it gives him another 4 times weakness in ground. I don't think the extra resistances it gets really help it, seeing how piss poor Magneton's defenses are anyway, but whatever. Apparently Magnezone is a very good Pokemon in Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, but I haven't used him that much, so I wouldn't really know. And his design just looks kind of pathetic. It looks like a UFO with a magnet on it. Yeah. But anyway, this is the interview. I've showed this before, but it's not anything special, but it's neat enough, I guess. It makes it seem like there's more of a world in this thing, and I wish they brought something like that back in Diamond and Pearl. I can't talk to them. But over here, we cannot go through here because there's a sandstorm. We will be going through there as soon as we get an item that lets us go through the sandstorm, but that will not be for a while. And so there's another trainer here, and I've finally learned something, and I've decided to jump cut through these battles where something's happening. Guess what's happening? Excuse me. Oh my god, Gavizuli is evolving! What? Gavizuli's evolving. And yeah, so Gavizuli evolves, and by Gavizuli I mean Mahukata. Mahukata evolves into Hariyama. And the pause in the music was just me moving my mouse, which I shouldn't have been doing. But it evolves into Hariyama, and right now Hariyama is by far our strongest Pokemon. It's got an attack of 70 when Nairman has a special attack that doesn't even reach 50 yet. Hariyama, and by that I mean Gavizuli, is a fucking beast. So yeah, we'll be using him a lot to get through some of the big baddies, as it were. But yeah, this is another battle that I cut out, and so now we're going into the grass. Why are we going into the grass? Because I thought that there was a Pokemon there, and there wasn't. Foreshadowing. But yes, unfortunately, you have to fight this hiker. There's no way around it. I'm sorry, but this is a required battle, so I need to show it to you guys. Here we've got the Boy Scout sprite again. And he's sending out a Geodude. Geodude, Golem is a pretty good Pokemon, but honestly, it's got 2 quad weaknesses, so I don't find it worth it. It's still a neat Pokemon, though. Like, just the design, but Geodude, you run into him almost as much as you run into Zubat. It's ridiculous. And he's got 3 of these things. They're all really easy to kill. This is not an easy battle. This is not a hard battle, I should say. But at least it's easy experience. The only time you should have a problem with this is if you chose Torchic as your start. And then this time you should have a water or grass type Pokemon to breeze through these things anyway. But yeah, more Geodude. Imagine what it would be like to have Pokemon that are rocks. Because think about it, it's a rock. You could like trip over it or something, and then it would kick your ass. Yeah, imagining Pokemon in the real world is just kind of a bizarre subject in general, so I'm not even going to touch on that. But yeah, only barely... Oh, yeah, there's 4 of these. I thought there was 3 in our chop. I must be thinking of something else. But yeah, we level up. Hooray! We're almost only 10. We've only got like 11 levels until Nairman evolves for the last time, which is neat. I can't wait till we get the final evolution, because I think that the final evolution of Trico looks pretty cool. But yeah, level 25. Woot, 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 woot. And we defeated Kurt Trent. Hooray. And so yeah, now we're going over here. Thankfully we can skip this Hydra battle. So, because if you're Metal Gear enough, you can get around it. But look at this! Zone Team Aqua! And they're blocking something. So, yeah. Foreshadowing, question mark. Here's the Fiery Path. The Fiery Path is a pretty basic place. It's not really that interesting. And there's actually more poison types you can run into in here than fire types. But, yeah, there's only 4 fire-type Pokemon in Ruby Sapphire. What the hell? This is Numel. Numel is adorable and awesome and super fantastic coolness remarkable. And so what am I gonna do? I'm gonna catch me one of these things. And so yeah, we're catching a Numel, and it's going to be on our party. Hooray. Why Numel? Because honestly, it's got a soft spot in my heart. It's an awesome Pokemon. I enjoy it so much so. And we caught the Numel. Hooray. Now, this Numel I'm naming Pokeboy after a good friend of mine, who's been a good internet friend of mine for many, many years now. Pokeboy, you're watching this, I know you are, you kick ass. But anyway, yeah, as I was saying, there are only 4, fire types in the entire game. There's the Torchic family, and, Vulpix, and Numel, and Torkoal. Kinda sucky if you ask me.